Hi, my name is Bill Bradley. I'm an extreme endurance athlete, and this is my motivational video. The topic of today's video is reinvent yourself. Have you ever been going down a certain path in life, whether it's a sport, a career, maybe for a degree, and all of a sudden you get the rug just pulled out from under you, and you end up on your butt on the ground, and you're wondering what just happened. And you have to get back up, and then you have to reinvent yourself. Well, I've had that happen to me. After 20 years in the video business, the whole industry collapsed around me and I went bankrupt. Somebody had just totally pulled the rug out from under me, or the universe had totally pulled the rug out from under me, and I ended up on my butt wondering which way to go. So what I had to do was I had to get back up and I had to reinvent myself. First, as an extreme endurance athlete. Then second, as a motivational speaker. And now, as a video creator. Well, I want to tell you about somebody else who had to reinvent themselves. Tim Lincecum. Tim Lincecum of the SF Giants. Better known around these parks as the Freak. He came up in 2007, I believe. And 2008, 2009, he won Cy Youngs. He could throw the ball 97, 98 miles an hour when he first came up. His dad had worked with him on his delivery, and he had this really torqued delivery, so he got the most out of it, out of everything he could out of his body. And by the way, he reminds me a lot of Steph Curry, because they both have very, kind of frail frames. And yet they both do amazing things. So he's kind of the baseball version of Steph Curry that I just did a video on just recently. So anyway, so they're very easy. He's a very easy guy to root for. And out in these parts in San Francisco, where I'm a huge fan, we love him. And anyway, so he came up, like I said, 2007 comes up. He's a flamethrower. 2008, 2009, he's won 2 Cy Youngs. Then in 2010, we win the World Series out here. The Giants win the World Series, and he's one of the stars of the team. Huge. 2011, he has another good year. 2012, 13, 14, all of a sudden his fastball starts to dive in velocity. So until you get to right now, 2015. So he went from 97, 98 miles to where he is now. Now he's out there pitching at 88 miles an hour. Wow. So he's been working on trying to adapt to this lower speed on his fastball. It used to be a blow people away, and he's had a tough time the last 3 years. I mean, a really tough time. And I think the low of the low for him was last year's World Series, where he barely played. He might have had 1 or 2 innings of mop-up pitching because he had been being hammered down the stretch. He was getting hammered, but we know he still has good stuff, because the last 2 years he's also thrown 2 no-hitters in between, having very off years, or at least by his standards, very off years. So anyway, but I think that for Tim, probably the low of the low was sitting there in that dugout all during that World Series, and he was just pretty much dead weight. He pitched, like I said, like a couple maybe mop-up innings or something. And so he went back to work with his dad over the summer. They had kind of grown apart, and he hadn't been working with him in a while. And he went back not in the summer, but the off season, and he worked with his dad. And so he's learning how to become a pitcher and not just a thrower. He's got excellent stuff. As he had 2 no-hitters the last 2 years. So he does have excellent stuff, even though his fastball is down to like 88, 89 miles an hour now. Maybe he can pump it up to 90 every once in a while. But anyway, so him and his dad went to work all summer and to learn how to be a pitcher and not just a thrower, like totally reinvent himself at 10 miles an hour less than when he first came up. And you know what? It's working! As of this video, Timmy for this year, I think he's got, 5 starts or 6 starts or something like that. He's at a 2.0 ERA. He's thrown his last 2 games, I think he's got like 14 shutout innings in a row. So anyway, I don't know if he's all the way back. I guess you have to wait till the end of the season. But in my eyes, he's really done a great job of reinventing himself. So I want you to take a lesson from this. If you are going down a certain path and the rug gets pulled out from under you, and you end up on your butt, and you need to reinvent yourself, and get back up and reinvent yourself, well, take a lesson from Tim Lincecum. You can do it! Anyway, if you're interested, you can follow me on Facebook or Twitter. If you have a question for me or a comment, please put it in the YouTube comment section. I'd love to read them and I'd love to get back to you. Also, if you're interested in, if you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube subscribe account. Please subscribe to YouTube and follow me. And then also, if you're interested in me speaking to your team, your group, your company, your organization, you can email me at epicbillbradley@gmail.com. Thank you very much.